dating has changed my dating life because it's, in theory, it's given me a dating life.
I guess I never managed to sort of indicate to people that I was interested in them.
And then I'd been single for a long time, and I was like, oh, how do people do this dating thing?
With apps, you know, you can look at them at any time of day and interact with people and kind of keep a conversation going.
It has opened up doors to meet people. It's also made me much more relaxed in meeting people. Dates are always, you always think of them as being, you know, being nervous, meeting somebody you never met before.
It just made it a lot easier for me. I hate approaching people I can never find the right words or the right moment.
I've had quite a few good friends who found the love of their lives. But I do have to say that they really worked at it. Like, online dating was their outside of work activity for a long time.
I've probably had more time spent filtering emails and responding to text conversations that go nowhere and, you know, that sort of thing. Whereas before all that, I used to properly date a lot.
A lot of people will find their partner through friends and friends of friends, but there's always inevitably going to be some people who just don't come into contact with somebody who suits them.
Some people can approach it in a very shallow way and go the Tinder route of just swiping through photo after photo after photo and just thinking, right, she's hot, she's hot, she's hot, she's not, she's not.
At first, I went on it as a means to meet people, date them, but then I realised that, oh, people use it just to hook up. That's fun. So, yes, my experience with it, personally, it got a bit shallow. But, you know, it's good to be shallow occasionally. You have to swim in the shallow end until you're ready to go into the deep end.
But at the same time, it has brought along the dick pic.
I do not want to see a picture of your dick unless I ask you. And I will ask if I want to see it because, you know, I'm modern that way.
I've been really lucky. I've never received a dick pic. I mean, you could see that as being unlucky, I suppose, as well, depending on what your tastes are.
There was a time where you'd have to, you know, actually have a photograph developed and carry that in your pocket and be like, would you like a photograph of my penis? I mean,
you can't tell if there's a spark there. You know, when you read someone's words, everything that you're perceiving from them is ambiguous and it's down to what you're projecting on it, so you can really misinterpret people's intentions.
I feel like it was almost just people watching. Like, it wasn't that different from going to a cafe or a bar and just sort of watching people at the bar sort of preening.
Apparently there's a weird trend of men putting photos of themselves stroking tigers.
Tigers.
Sedated tigers.
Actually, yeah, bathroom selfies generally was a bit of a turn-off, because I just think, does that represent your life? You just photograph yourself in a bathroom?
and a lot of men, I don't know about women, but a lot of men have terrible self-taken pictures of themselves from terrible angles, like from underneath their chin, or, you know, sort of looking like murderers, and their profile is, I'm a lovely, sweet, kind, generous guy who just really wants to have fun and pet my cat and da-da-da. And you're like, really? Because you look like you're gonna kill me.
There were often times where, when I was single and all my friends were in relationships, where we'd be in the pub together and they'd say, get Tinder out, and we'd all be sat around the table swiping left and right like a little game.
That can be really discouraging because, you know, I'm using it for real.
I felt a bit, these could be amazing, beautiful, intelligent, wonderful humans that I'm just like, no, I dismiss you.
The idea of approaching people just casually on the street or in a supermarket or in a bar seems strange now, that people actually are so not used to being approached, that if someone tried to chat to you, even just to chat to you, that now we're so sort of suspicious and wary.
I feel like people have less attention spans for that kind of initial human reaction where you're reading each other very carefully.
It's interesting. It's really interesting to see how people portray themselves and what they think is attractive.
You can meet all different kinds of people and kind of develop a sense of self, because sometimes you might meet someone who is totally not your bag, totally has contrary opinions to yours. So the old adage goes, you got to kiss a few frogs. And I've certainly kissed a few frogs. And I've been a frog as well for many people. So Rural frogs.